Dead gay flower!
Action is what he means.
Driving Me Sane by Forsaken 2003. Spike spots Xander at the last place he thought he'd ever see him. A gay bar. Ooh. There weren't many bars in Sunnydale. Willie's, which Spike was banned from. The Bronze, where the bloody Scooby Gang always hung out. He saw enough of them as it was. The last bar in the godforsaken town was Flame On, the local gay bar. Spike liked going there when he wanted something a little different, if you know what I mean. They also made the best Manhattan he'd ever tasted. The bar was never fully packed, but when they did... I really should put my glasses because I can't read this shit. The bar was never fully packed, but they did... I can't read it for shit. My eyes have gone really weird. Right, okay. If it goes all right...
I believe in you.
Right. I'm doing the whole thing like this now, because I can't see shit. Right. The bar was never fully packed, but they did well with the price of their booze. No one seemed to mind forking out a wad of cash if it meant the chance to work up the curious to ask someone for a dance or get away in the bathroom. That's pretty badly phrased. Now you're probably thinking why Spike would pay so much for booze. Well, he wasn't. On his way to the bar, he met a very nice man who happened to be taking money out from an ATM. After flashing some fang, blue eyes turning yellow, and growled out, "Give me the money or I'll rip out your guts," the man dropped 5 $50 bills on the ground and ran for his life. Good times were had by all. Tonight, he was going to get wasted. The music was booming, causing Spike to yell at the bartender for a Manhattan before turning to look at the dance floor. It looked like a pretty good crowd. He was trying to decide which lucky bloke would get to suck his cock tonight when he saw a familiar face. Xander Bloody Harris was in the middle of the dance floor, with guys surrounding him, all wanting his attention. But not a single one of them were touching Xander. And the thing which stunned him the most was how bloody good Xander looked. Gone with the baggy jeans and hideous Hawaiian shirts, replaced with black leather pants and a blood red tank top. Spike's favourite colours. His hair was spiked, and obviously he had got a lot of gel in it to make it stay that way. He also had a massive amount of black eyeliner on. The Zeppo was gone, and in its wake a gorgeous creature that Spike wanted all to himself. The Manhattan was forgotten as Spike made his way to the dance floor. The chip fired every time he pushed someone out of the way. By the time he was standing behind Xander, he had a dull headache. The feeling of heat coming off Xander was worth it though. He wrapped his arms around Xander's waist and pulled him in.
Hey, I said no touching!
Xander shouted over the music as he turned around. His eyes went wide.
Spike! What are you doing here?
I think the question is, what are you doing here?
Flawless Spike. Spike asked. His arms were still wrapped around Xander and were rubbing up against him. Both of them were hard.
What a coincidence.
Oh yeah.
Xander moaned. He had a no-touch policy, but Spike seemed to be the exception.
I like the music.
He answered.
I don't think that's all you like.
Spike leaned in and whispered in Xander's ear.
You seem to have the attention of every bloke in here.
That's Australian.
I know.
You fucking dance. One hand moved and squeezed Xander's arse.
Oh yeah.
Xander pressed further into Spike.
It's nice, yeah. In our group, I'm ignored.
He confessed.
Don't think that just because you know about this, it's going to scare me. You can't blackmail me. Oh, with this.
Where the fuck are we?
That was the last thing I was thinking of doing to you.
Spike purred.
If you dressed like this every day, you'd have all the attention you wanted. Mine specifically. You've been hiding the goods on me. Construction work has been good to you.
He licked Xander's neck and tasted the salt from his sweat.
Tell me, have you ever done more than just dance?
Only blowjobs.
Xander confessed. The thought that Xander was still pure for the taking made Spike's demon scream with delight.
I'll give you more than just a blowjob, pet.
He saw Xander look frightened.
Chipped, remember. What?
He's got a chip in his head.
Chipped, remember? I can't force you to do anything you don't want to do!
Xander nodded.
How about we start slow and see how it goes?
Well, Xander wanted to Spike wanted to guarantee that he wasn't about to be picky. He grabbed Xander's hand and led him to the bathroom.
We go back to your place if you want more.
Deal.
Xander said as he was pushed into the bathroom into the closest stall. The doors slammed behind the two of them. The stalls were bigger than other clubs had. Obviously the owners wanted to make their customers comfortable. Spike unzipped his jeans and pulled them down. All Xander could do was stare. Spike was big. Almost as big as him, but he wasn't going to tell him that. Spike could be surprised.
Ooh. I hope you don't plan on just staring all night.
Spike said, one of his eyebrows raised. With more grace than Xander thought he had, he knelt down in front of Spike.
Just so you know, I'm usually the one getting, not giving.
Just breathe through your nose and you'll do fine.
Spike encouraged, afraid he wouldn't get Xander's warm mouth on him. Taking a deep breath, Xander leaned to him and licked Spike's tip. He heard the loud gasp from Spike. Xander wrapped his lips around Spike, hallowed? Should be hollow, but it says hallowed. Hallowed his cheeks and remembered to breathe through his nose. Spike panted and pressed his back hard against the wall. Xander's mouth had another purpose, besides babbling like an idiot.
You're driving me sane!
Spike moaned to Xander and licked and sucked his cock. His hand came out of nowhere and started to massage his balls. Xander was so warm.
From nowhere. From nowhere.
Shoots down below. Xander pulled away long enough to say,
That makes no sense.
before his hand wrapped around Spike's slippery cock, licking the pre-cum away. How was Spike supposed to make sense when Xander was making him feel like he was in heaven?
So warm!
He said instead of trying to make sense out of what he said. Xander swallowed him whole, like his entire body. His hands held onto Spike's hips, and Spike's hands gripped at his hair. Xander could tell that Spike was holding back his strength, which he was thankful for. Spike's balls drew up as he fought himself from thrusting. Xander was going to get him there, he knew it. His faith must have been all he needed because he was suddenly shouting out over his release. He slumped against the wall, spent. When he looked down with hooded eyes at Xander, who was on his knees, he realised Xander swallowed his cum. Spike bent over and pulled Xander to his feet before smashing his lips against Xander's. Xander tasted of beer, his cum, and what Spike assumed to be Xander's natural taste. It was absolutely amazing.
You taste fantastic!
Spike murmured against Xander's lips.
Thanks.
Xander replied. He leaned his body against Spike's and began to kiss and lick his neck.
Let's go back to my place.
You sure?
Spike asked.
If we do, there's a chance I might not want to leave.
He confessed. If sex with Xander was anything like his blowjob, he was going to be on cloud 9. Xander kissed him again.
Depending on how it goes, I might not want you to leave either.
While he tucked himself back into his jeans, all Spike could think about was how much fun they were going to have. The end. Jesus fuck, that was bad,
Well,
Don't have anything to say about that one.
I mean,
I've got things to say, but it'll sound far
I'll
too
do it.
nerdy. No. Because I've watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that
I mean,
parts
what
of it
was
slightly annoyed me.
What happened?
Nothing.
What didn't you like?
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on. What
No,
didn't you
but-
like?
I want gay sex now. I want it right now.